A seller process further decision answers this question. Is it better to sell a product as is at this point in the production process, or do you spend more money on production and potentially sell it later? So that's what we're getting at. In order to understand this, we need to understand joint costs and some other factors. So joint costs means two products incur the same labor and material costs through production. You can think about products that for a period of time look the same and therefore incur the same costs. When you get to split off, that's the point at which two products separate and they have separable costs going forward because the products become different. They look different, they're manufactured differently. So we have joint cost, the split off point, separate costs. So understanding all that, let's do an example. Let's say that you're in the shoe manufacturing business, you have a shoe called the Sprint, you have a shoe called the Premier. And at the beginning of the process, they're produced together. Leather and plastic and other things are put together in the same machinery in the same way at the beginning of the process. Then you get to split off point, and we'll say that the joint costs incurred for both shoes are $50 a shoe. Now your decision is, how much can you sell the shoe for at split off, and should you sell it at that point or should you keep going? So in my example, I'm going to say that at split off, you can sell the Premier shoe for $65. So $65 sale price, $50 cost, you can make $15. So how do you make the decision to keep going and process further? Well, if the incremental cost is less than the incremental revenue, in other words, when you keep producing, if the total revenue less cost is higher than it is at split off, you would keep going. So right now, at split off, the Premier shoe is sell for $65, cost $50, you make $15. Let's say you keep producing the Premier shoe. In my example, let's say that at the end of that extra process, you can sell it for $85 and only incur total costs of $60. Your profit is $25. You are better off by continuing production, incurring more costs because you can sell it for an even higher price and make an even higher profit on the shoe. So that is seller process further, joint costs that two products have in common, split off point, that's where the costs become different. We call those separate costs. And if the incremental revenue is higher than the incremental cost of processing further, that's the sign and the answer that you should process further and make more profit.